This is a short one like me. Dudes with Brews on the Porch presents Michael Brews.
Dude. Craft Brews and Casual Conversations, joined with me, dancer, actress, performer, overall entertainer, Adele Pomerenke. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did. Yes,
yeah.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining the show. We were talking a little bit beforehand. This is Dudes with Brews on the Porch, and dude can mean whatever you want it to mean. But we drink beer here. I'm from Wisconsin, so we are kind of like the beer state, blessing and a curse, I guess I always say. You said you're a beer. You enjoy the beer. What's your favorite?
I like IPAs.
Oh, yes.
I like IPAs.
Those are my favorite.
And you say Wisconsin. I'm born and raised from Yakima, Washington, and we produce like about 80% of the world's hops used in beer.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So you definitely are part of the Wisconsin culture. But yeah, say, I don't know, people always make fun of me for saying Wisconsin the way I say it. I guess
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. They always point it out. It's like Wisconsin or something like that. Accent.
Wisconsin?
Yeah, something like that.
That maybe?
Yeah. Okay, so I know you probably talk about dancing all the time, but I have a wedding coming up around the corner in January, and I'm expected to dance, and I need to know what's the best way to get some skills. You clearly have some. You've been doing it a long time. Obviously, maybe not ballet, but like what's the next level? How do I learn?
How do you learn? Well, on the bright side of COVID, which I know people are probably tired of hearing about this or talking about it. There's a lot of free videos on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
So you can go on YouTube and look up how do I dance at a wedding, and I bet you there'll be a bunch of videos on there. Like I would do that. I had to do that to teach myself how to floss. So even though I'm a professional dancer, like there's still plenty to learn. I would start on YouTube. And see if you can find something. Yeah.
My kids do the floss, and my daughter is like amazingly good at it. And I've tried, but my hips don't move as fast as my arms, and it's just it's a difficult dance, believe it or not. It's really not easy.
It really is. Yeah. Yeah. I remember looking in the mirror and being like, all right, you are a professional dancer. We need to figure this out. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, it's all because of a video game. Pretty interesting. But how did you get into dancing? Was it something you did as a kid growing up, or is it like what kind of drew you to it?
It was my grandmother.
Awesome.
She was a dancer in New York in the 50s. She did musicals. She was so she did all the different types of dance forms, and so she got me to dance at 3. I started doing the tap, jazz, ballet combo, and just ended up falling in love with it. Luckily, she didn't really push it on me, but she did give it a try to see if I would bite, and I did.
Oh, that's awesome. So obviously you had a pretty supportive system and background in it. So that's great. What was she like? Obviously she did it professionally. How did she see you? Like, how did she feel about your success in it?
We're a lot alike. Yeah, I'm a lot like her. I think she was very overjoyed that she had somebody she could finally talk to about dance, especially as I got older and pursued it professionally. And I used to call her all the time and talk to her all the time about it. So definitely a strong bond there. She was a fierce woman, and she never got rid of New York and the dancer from New York.
Yeah.
And awesome. She used to drink beer too, lots of beer, and then dance. So.
Right. Sometimes drinking beer and dancing goes hand in hand, because
it does, yeah.
I definitely get a little more looser on a dance floor after a few beers are in me, but so we'll see how it goes. It's always great to have really good support systems in the family. My grandparents, for once, are like my grandpa on my dad's side is like my unsung hero of my life. He's always there, and I'm lucky. I haven't lost a grandparent yet. I'm 30 years old, so I'm one day it's coming and it's going to be rough, but I'm very lucky to have them in my life, and so that's good to hear that your grandma, was a good influence. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had her for a long time. I definitely am glad that I did. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were in And I kind of just discovered it today looking into it. So I saw on your Instagram bio you were in the MCR, the summoning video, and yeah, I guess at first I kind of misunderstood what it was. I was like, was she in the original music video? So I go back and watch it of Helena or Helena, however you want to say it, and I was like, I don't know. She looks like she could be my age, so. Like this song came out like 15 years ago, so I don't know if she's in the original one. But then I watched the summoning today, and that was pretty sweet. A different, My Chemical Romances, it brought me back for sure. Like 2000 to 2005 year-ish. I remember being 14 at the Warped Tour in Milwaukee and watched them play. So it was really a little bit of some nostalgia for me.
Warped Tour, they don't have that anymore.
No, they got rid of it, or they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
The good old days of going to shows and seeing all the punkin' emo bands that kind of just cleanse your 14 or 15-year-old souls. So what was that like getting ready for, a pretty iconic music video and an iconic song and kind of being, recreated in a different fashion than the original, song?
Right. So first off, I wasn't a big MCR fan back in the day. My little sister was.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, "Do you know what this means?" And I was like, "No, I have no idea what this means."
That's all right.
I was like heavy into Slipknot and 311, and I was going on that route at that time. I was too cultured for my MCR.
I get it. Yeah.
Such a butthead teenage opinion. You know how teenagers are.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't really realize how big it was until I did it. Mm-hmm. And then I remember being on set and I saw the original video. And one thing that we changed is I put point shoes on instead of wearing flat shoes, which in the ballet community is, I guess they really liked that I did that a lot. And the director asked me, he was like, which one do you want to do? And I was like, well, which one do you want to do? Because, this is your thing. But I think it would be an ode to her to see her evolve, because point and ballet is more popular now than it was when that song came out originally. So that's something that I did add to her that was different, is the more professional ballerina aspect rather than just the dancer aspect of the story, because I'm only in that video for a short bit. Mm-hmm. Unlike the music video, it's all about her.
Right.
So when it came out, just seeing all the comments on YouTube as well, like the MCR fans, they're like the nicest and coolest and just loving people. They're like all this nostalgia, or like people, your age or my age, just be like, oh, I remember this song. And it was only good things. I only heard good things. And I didn't realize how big it was till it came out. And I was like, oh man, I totally was like, I did a whole iconic thing here. Yeah. Okay, I should really respect this. And, because I did the research and I watched the video. Mm-hmm. And I looked up, and Helena was an ode to the guys, their grandmother, actually, who was also a dancer. So I felt that connection. That's and they had lost her, and I had that same thing happen to me. So that was really cool. That was a neat little attachment there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, they were, they had just done like a couple reunion shows at the end of last year, and they were going to be doing some more. And then, of course, the COVID stuff happened, and it's all been put on a halt. So how's that impacted you? So you do have a movie coming out soon, and obviously you've been a part of a couple of other projects, a little pre-COVID and post-COVID, or I should say during COVID, not post. But how's it been treating you? Like how has it shifted in your realm of a career?
So good, actually. I think my career's actually been really good. It's moving slow, but the steps that are moving are big ones. Mm-hmm. So I got into the Screen Actors Guild during COVID. And it's because I worked on a set, one of the first sets approved for COVID, I believe.
Nice.
And that was crazy. That's kind of cool that I'm going to get to have that my whole life, that I got to experience working on a set like that. I'm sure there'll be more. This is just the beginning of them following these protocols. So for me, it's been crazy. It's been cool, crazy, at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm excited for this next project. So The Penitent Thief, when it comes out, is the film that's just coming out. I'm excited for that. That I actually filmed a long time ago. But we've been waiting for it to come out. And I think this is a good time for it too, as well, because it's like a very hopeful film.
Sure.
You know, it's very dark, but it'll bring some hope to people. And then I got to work on a project when, like I said, when things opened up for a little bit, and that's going to be a cool one too. That's going to come out. I can't really talk about it.
That's fine.
But
yeah.
That's
awesome.
So,
that's good. Yeah.
It's been good. It's actually been good. I'm thankful.
Right. Yeah. And, I kind of have that similar experience too, I guess, in regards to, this is like the busiest I've ever been in my life, I think. Even during like the COVID stuff, I haven't stopped working because I'm somehow an essential worker. So I've always been, and I shouldn't complain. I'm lucky enough to be able to go in to work every day and still, get that paycheck and everything like that. And then I started a graduate program. So I'm in school too, working full time, and I'm getting married, and it's like, holy shit. Like everyone's like always so bored. And I'm like, man, I wish I had some time to just chill every once in a while. But,
congrats. Heck yeah. That's great.
Yeah. I'm excited about it, but we'll see how things go. So if you want to talk about the film a little bit, so it's, you said it's got some themes of hope in it. It's a little, it's pretty religious. From my understanding, I'm not much of a Catholic guy or a religious guy, but so I don't have much information or biblical information, but I did see what it's about. If you want to talk about it a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. So it is a more faith-forward film. I don't consider myself just like a faith-based actor at all, but I definitely. But the twist on this is pretty cool. It's like a darker side, It definitely shows you how something could be back then, very realistically.
Sure.
So it's about the two thieves that died alongside Jesus on the cross. It's just their stories. For the most part, that's basically all it's about, and how they kept having to make bad decisions, even though their heart was maybe in the right place just to survive.
Sure.
And my character is Herodias, and she's King Herod's wife, and Herod was played by Kevin Sorbo. And Castor is in the film with me, and that was played by James Russo. So I got to work with the two of them, which was really cool. They're super awesome guys, very seasoned, performers.
Right.
And Herodias was very evil, and I did do my research on her. She was just a plain villain. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Is it fun to play the kind of the bad person a little bit? I feel like if I were ever to be or try to be any kind of actor, I either want to be the person that dies in the beginning, or I'd like to be a bad person. Yes, the bad person's fun. And at first, I kind of got tired of people always getting auditions to be the bad girl or the one that's smoking cigarettes, because they always want me to smoke cigarettes. Yeah. or the villain. But I do them well, and they're a lot of fun. Yeah. And there's just something about it. Maybe it's because of the little, rough around the edges past I have had. It's some place to put those experiences finally where they're actually helpful. Yeah. But the villain, playing her was a lot of fun, and I had a lot of room for creativity too, because there's not a lot of writing about her, so I got to kind of make up how evil is she and in what ways. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's good to be able to tap into that. Yeah, I think the last performance I ever did, I think I was a sophomore in high school, and I was a townsperson in the high school production of Beauty and the Beast. So I was going to say that. The Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, and I was also an enchanted object. I was a corkscrew. So I was what? Yeah, I was a corkscrew, a golden corkscrew. Got to pop bottles in the Beast castle, stuff like that. So that sounds like a busy job, like of all the enchanted items. Pretty important, I think. But in a realistic point of view here, look at your career just went full circle. Yeah, it sure did. Back in high school, I think I got yelled at because I skipped out on one of the choreography sessions to go see Less Than Jake at a show. So that's all right. The show was great. Yeah. Skipping it. Yeah, to go to the show. Was it worth it? Oh, hell yeah. That's good. It was a lot of fun. Okay. Awesome. But so how did you you started in dancing then? and kind of shifted towards acting. How did that happen?
Well, I did do some musical theater as a kid. I
Okay.
did do some children's theater and stuff like that. And then ballet has a lot of acting involved in it. And I did lots of different child casting stuff. Just growing up, I was doing a lot of theater and things and competition choir and,
Awesome.
acting, the transition with acting on film. I just never planned to be an actor at all.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, to be honest, used to be the person that made fun of people that were like, I'm going to be an actor. I was like, okay,
Right.
cool, whatever. Now put my foot in my mouth because now that's what I'm doing. And now I'm understanding of that. I love these life lessons. So I got cast in a pilot that didn't go through, didn't work out. And I was going to go on tour for this pilot that was like a reality show.
Nice.
That was singing and dancing and stuff. And I ended up without a contract for a ballet company. And so I decided to try and get an agent and see what would happen, which I had done a little bit of modeling when I was like a kid, but my parents didn't really want me to do that. They wanted me to be a normal kid.
Sure.
So I decided to give it a try now as an adult. And then it just worked. I got in a short film within a month.
Awesome.
And I guess I'm good at it is what I was told. So I felt like maybe I should start shifting my attention there. And it wasn't until this year that I was for sure like, yes, I'm going to 100% give everything to acting because I got in the Screen Actors Guild.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like once you get into a union for something, it's kind of like a sign like, yeah, this is what you're good at. You should invest in this.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like you said, a lot of the stuff that from dancing can be incorporated in film or in TV or in acting in general. So it's skills that you definitely already had.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Only it's sometimes saying things rather than displaying it through, motion.
Yep.
I guess you could say. I'm so uncultured when it comes to dance stuff, so I apologize if I sound like just a moron because I really don't know what I'm talking about. I watch Dancing with the Stars and I can't tell the difference between what they're doing. So it's, I'm your typical.
I don't really watch Dancing with the Stars. I'll give you a little tip here. The professional dancers of the world tend to
stray away.
Kind of roll our eyes at it a little bit. Like we appreciate the production about it, but it's nothing like live theater dancing or just that like intense training that dancers.
I only watched it because I watched the first episode and it wasn't my choice, but it was on the television, and I watched through Carol Baskin's stuff, and then I stopped because I watched
Carol Baskin. Oh God. Yes, she was on that.
Yeah, she was on. I don't know if she's on it anymore. This latest season, she danced to "Eye of the Tiger." She was very stiff. It wasn't good, but she.
It was Carol Baskin. That's I'm gonna watch it now, but I'm gonna look at it as if she's doing a skit, and then I think I'll be okay.
I think that's pretty much how the world viewed it as well, but it was insane. And if you watch that documentary, I'd be scared to dance with her because I don't want to end up dead.
Oh my gosh.
So.
I didn't know she was on that. That's funny. See, I'm not that disconnected. I'm just as disconnected about that stuff as you are.
Great.
I don't know. I know that they have the masked singer and then they have the masked dancer that might come out. So maybe I'll get on that just for the heck of it.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. I don't really watch too much of that kind of stuff, but I kind of like you said. Sometimes I'm kind of I get ridiculed a lot because I talk a lot of shit, even though I usually can't back it up. But I just think a lot of things are dumb, and
that's okay.
I need to work on it. I think I need to work on it as a person and be more accepting because I like a lot of like stupid, funny stuff. But my fiance likes to point out anytime anything that she likes, I tend to point out that I don't, and I. So.
Oh gosh, yeah, careful with that.
Yeah. It's more just like along the line, like kind of how as a teenager when they're like, oh, I like Panic at the Disco, and I'm like, oh, that's horrible. I would just be that.
It is horrible.
I agree.
But they love it, and it's important to them, so you gotta let them have it.
Yeah, absolutely. As a a dancer and an actor, what because some people I think view it as all this kind of like bougie lifestyle and stuff like that. And it's definitely not the case for majority of the people out there. And something I've talked about with other people is kind of like internet hate and how to deal with it, because reading like negative things about yourself kind of can really
Mhm.
fuck you up, just it really hurts you and like have make your your day really bad. And
Yeah.
so like, have you experienced any of that? I know you said you got a lot of positive feedback, which is great from the MCR
Yeah.
short, but what's kind of the dark side of that
Oh,
world?
I get it every day.
Really?
Every day. Somebody's got something to say every day. Absolutely, yeah. And then I feel a lot better when I look them up.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
nothing. I'm like, well, you just live online all day waiting to get upset about something. It's
Yeah.
kind of a reflection of somebody else. People usually point the finger back at themselves.
Right.
It's just, it's kind of like, I kind of look at the internet like I'm going to daycare. It's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's like when people drive, they just immediately, I know the nicest people on the planet,
Mm-hmm.
the coolest people. And then they get in a car and suddenly I don't want anything to do with them as a person.
Sure.
It's the same thing with the internet. We're
Yeah.
just humans. We're just animals. But, you get in this place where you feel like you're safe to say whatever you want. And maybe these people would say it to my face too, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah,
Right.
it happens all the time. I don't even remember most of the things people have said. I just kind of
Well, that's
like
good.
roll off my back. I just actually watched Ralph Breaks the Internet or whatever.
Yeah, Ralph Breaks
Just
the
Wreck-It
Internet.
Ralph.
It's a good one.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm going to watch that again, just put it on in the background. And it comes to that part where he goes in that room and he starts reading all the comments.
Yeah.
He just gets really emotional. And I just start laughing because I'm like, oh, you fool.
Yeah.
That's what comments are for. It's just for people who can just get it. They probably don't even really mean what they're saying. They just need to get out whatever aggression they have going on in their own life.
Right.
Someplace where they think they're going to, no one can find them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. Has but
Normal.
the upside of social media, has that like impacted or helped your career at all? Have you like been able to connect with people? Obviously, you've been doing some interviews and stuff like that, but have you been able to connect with some interesting people or whatever and help you progress your craft at all?
Yeah. At the beginning of my career, yeah, that helped me really network with people a lot. And weirdly enough, the My Chemical Romance role I got was through Facebook on Messenger.
Oh, really?
So yeah, which just still boggles my mind today. I'm like, that's so random, because I remember submitting for it through a very professional site that all of us use and not getting anything back. But then on Facebook, I just sent a link of my Facebook page, and then they were like, okay, we're going to book you. And I was like, so I don't know. Yeah. So weird.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's
you never know.
It's a weird world out there, and I don't know, but yet I don't know how I could function without it. I don't know.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's great. You seem to be doing very well for yourself, and that's very exciting.
Thank you.
When does the movie come out? Is the Penitent Thief? When is that?
The Penitent Thief comes out the 22nd. Video on demand.
Video on demand. Okay, so like anywhere you can stream it, and you play the bad person in that one, and have some cool stuff to get coming up along the way too. I've scoped your Instagram a little bit, and I see that you got some pretty cool. I mean, you post a lot of like some dance stuff and all that too, so it's pretty cool to watch. I'm jealous. I wish I could be. I want to do a mean robot one day. I'm gonna start with you.
I think you can. I think you can do it.
I think so.
Yeah.
One day you'll see me.
You could wear beer boxes, like if you dress the part. It might help you feel like you're in character.
Yeah, really build into that robot spirit. Even though half the day, I punch a clock and I feel like I am a robot, but I can. Yeah. But a sad robot. I want to be a happy robot, like Ben.
Yeah, right. That's the beer part. Yeah.
Got to be a drunk, happy robot. That's that's my goal for 2021. Yeah. I think I can do it.
That sounds good.
But if people want to get see what you're up to, where can they find you on the old internet?
The old internet, it is old now, isn't it? Instagram at Adele Pomerenke, or Facebook, Twitter at Adele Pomerenke. I'm also on TikTok. I've made a video of me making macaroni.
Nice.
That's all I have on my TikTok right now. It took me like 30 minutes to make that video, so I don't know when I'll make another one. Yeah, so just, look me up. I got a website, and The Penitent Thief comes out December 22nd. Video
Awesome.
on demand. Yeah.
Awesome. So definitely, I encourage everybody to go check it out, stream it, download it, support it, and support Adele and her all the stuff that she's got going on. So thanks so much for joining the show, and I look forward to your further continued success.
Thank you. Thanks.
Pew pew! Audio. Goodbye, everyone.